Hello and welcome back. Today I'm back to the right hand side of the page and it's our planning happiness prompt, which is a great time to put a calendar into your album, and that's what I normally do. I'm going to use a 6x8 page protector, but I'm not going to fill the whole thing. I'm going to cut it in half and do a 3x8 page front and back so that I have the front side for a little bit of title and decoration fun, and then the back is going to be my calendar. So I've cut this paper to 3x8 and I'm going to use my journaling paper on the back, and I'm just going to stick that to there and then trim it. Super simple. With the brown of the wood print, I am going to go ahead and use brown ink on both sides of these. Even though you wouldn't see both at the same time, they're acting like one piece, so I want them to have some things that kind of pull them together, even though they are going to have different supplies and a different feel. One's going to be the darker color with a bit of embellishment. So I'm using that F is for festive card that I wanted to use. And I'm just going to straighten that up. And ink those edges. That edge is not straight. Let me do that one more time because there's a little problem with the cut. That's better. Okay, so ink on that. Now here's the big question. Can I fit the word festive in my gold thickers across this? Well, I don't really know, so I'm going to find out. I don't do this trick very often, but you certainly can do it as much as you want. And that is to use anything to have a little placement guide, and they actually sell placement guides, but they would be designed for 12 by 12 pages, really. They're a bit bigger, so that you can have your title on a curve or something. They have all different shapes, but if you just want to see how long it is on a straight line, you don't need a fancy product. You can use a ruler, you can use a bit of packaging. In this case, I'm using the bit of the page protector that I'm going to cut away anyway, and I'm just going to line up the letters to see if they will fit, because if they don't fit across the 3-inch width, then I need to rethink what I'm doing. And I suppose if they don't fit, then I was silly to cut it to 3 inches straight away and not just the width of the word festive. So there you go. If you're using different supplies, you might want to do that. But look, I have lucked out. Oh, it's a perfect fit. It's exactly 3 inches. Okay, so I can put that aside for just a moment and do a little bit of layering and sticking here. Let's see, what could we put behind there to give a bit of color? And I've got pink and green there. Quite like a green to go behind it. Just going to grab one of the greens that I haven't used yet. How about some polka dots? End up with something I can layer behind there. Again, brown ink. And then behind that, I'm going to do a layer of the journaling paper because I want to be able to pull things together from the front to the back. So I'm just going to fit it right inside those dots. Trim and ink this one. You can, of course, do those sorts of cuts on your trimmer. In my layers, I'm quite happy with a little bit of wibbly-wobbly imperfection, and so it's alright by me to hand cut them and just have it be vaguely straight. But I totally appreciate that it might not be the greatest choice for everyone. Do what makes you happy. Don't force something you don't like. Okay, and then I want my number on this. And I like to stamp the number, but what on? If I stamp it on this label, yeah, just like that. Okay. So my nice big number 4. And let's do brown ink. Brown? Yeah. So that's some brown chalk finished ink right in the middle of that label. Perfect. Cut this out. Right. Now pop this up to give it a bit of dimension and keep it a little separate from the letters. It is quite big in comparison, but I think it will work. It's only big because it's a small page, so that's alright. I'm going to grab a pen so that I can write is 4 and then my festive letters. Right, just fits. Gold. This definitely needs a sprinkle of gold along that vertical. Okay, let that dry. And what I was thinking was where I've got that navy, I could bring that down here and I could have one navy heart down here. So that is the front. I can't turn it over and do my calendar because I've already stuck the calendar on there and the mist is dry, so it needs to dry. So I'm going to let that dry for a moment. And then my calendar is going to be a very simple numbered list, 1 to 31, and writing down things that we're doing. When Santa got stuck in the chimney, he began to shout, "You girls and boys won't get any toys if you don't pull me out. My beard is black, there's soot in my sack, my nose is tickly-doo. When Santa got stuck up the chimney, achoo, achoo, achoo!" So when I do a list like this, it's in pencil. Here's why. It will save your sanity. Have a Christmas journal calendar that is flexible and you can move things around without feeling like you're ruining your page. So 2 things, a pencil and a white eraser. Really comes in handy on the fact that this paper is nice and smooth. It erases perfectly. That's another lovely design fact of the way they've made this paper so smooth so that it's good on your pens. It also will erase any pencil lines. But even if you're using normal paper, just use a white eraser because it's far less likely to leave a smudge that's going to upset your album. So I will finish filling this in, but you get the idea that you're just making a list where you can put in everything. If you want to have all 31 days, then don't skip lines. You're going to need to have a little bit more room. But I just kind of wanted to go up till Christmas Eve here. And I might put in another little piece somewhere else with all of our plans for that week in between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day. But I wanted to focus on the lead up for right now. So that is going to be my calendar. Really, really simple, and I'm just going to continue to fill it in. And then this part here, and here's all I do. A few ways to adapt the size of your page protector. The way that I tend to do it is to use my sewing machine. And what I will do is sew in a nice straight line here, being careful not to catch my page. So quite often I take the page out. I make a line, just rule a line that I can see as I'm sewing, take the page out, sew the line, and put the page back in. And I just, after it's stitched, I cut off the plastic. It is easier to stitch first and cut second. Okay? Or you can cut and tape it with washi tape. Just seal it up with washi tape. Easy, cute, no problem. Doesn't require a sewing machine. Or, third thing, does require a gadget. You can use the fuse if you have a fuse tool. That's like a really tiny, pointed, hot tool that you can melt page protectors together. So you can use the fuse metal ruler, mark out where you want it to be, and stick the page together and then just cut off the extra. Again, I find it far easier to fuse first, cut second. Okay, so that's what I will do. I will do mine with the sewing machine because I like that, but that's all there is to it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.